lawyer babaisa ye froba pa na efie nkomo ni nyina no ye ne oba abedi striker oboajibu eye seated danger man yes harewa ewa ha captain siasia Kofi Zakito se obed omu nyina beka ho ama show no atimi ameki complete Samuel K Mensa Solomon Carter Sheka and me no ka say e visa omu nyina no ama production no aye krado na asem no ne kase pa no eye Antwen Semenyo enra deal no etimi ye done na anopai upese unya details no mo a je say ye join sports lawyer kwaba
over Medoso
okode
nyamiadum
enra monitor etiada na etesen atmosphere no for Antwen
na also on say e ka keto bi nka Liverpool hijack deal no eduba bi na Liverpool for no any abre pass on be deal no on be Jaffe Man City nsem but City manager Pep Guardiola report as on boy need nkomo ka share say me team ni this is why I need you, this is why I want you to play. So it's confirmed now okusia kan ama Manchester City and now some say now that is soon in on Erling Haaland bisia kan and he's going to win trophies with Manchester City. You know Antwen Semenyo
a lot and share bibi every Manchester so yeah Darren Fletcher want something to say.
Reporters say likely said Darren Fletcher Johnny Evans and a better Manchester derby no final decision yet to be made there but come on you know it's just a likely say Darren Fletcher on Johnny Evans and a better as managers for the Manchester derby.
Martin Zubimendi, Odegaard, and Declan Rice.
He's talking about chemistry now. Or Arsenal, no, or say I feel when we say Martin Zubimendi, Martin Odegaard, Declan Rice. Some 2 months been under the momentum. Omawadano, a 2 months be under momentum. Njomo destiny, no, same. Nti, and I'm together, sir. Or Arsenal midfield.
Kotwa so manya 2 wins and sana person.
Kotwa say last year Obekaya the Supercopa de España finals Barcelona Eshe Madrid. On see this time Enra winning against Atletico do finals no. Where they are modia a event can say Madrid be the trophy no on Sunday and you Thibaut Courtois.
Ma make a cry on Federico Chiesa to Juve.
On say I told you I say Italian clubs best 5 and Federico Chiesa FE Liverpool na report just say Luciano Spalletti and he said the Odimun Timo pa se said the TBA so ba no be adwuma Emma Juventus
Mage you know pressure ba wa kra no so team say pe no do so
Mage Barcelona peno Liverpool peno Manchester City peno Real Madrid peno latest and say Bayern there no and Pepa in Fedie still Bayern Ayedum baby as a Magegi from Crystal Palace no on Befano.
Rocky say Alex Ferguson ayede.
Rocky says ni Manchester nkoyi ni e boss bo na ye bo manfo dia yetimi ni si Alex Ferguson free. O say team no kura nsa no woko. Nti o ka ho pa na Manchester United do baby a edui eno ye Rocky ni sama o dia tudwa ena no pay.
Good. Yeah, that sports lawyer. I say this and many more. Afcon. Hey, yes.
You can't just miss it.
You do run off your
quarterfinals. You can't just miss it. 4 p.m. Mali. And then the Taranga Lions of Senegal. And at the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon. And the Alas Lions of Morocco.
The 7 p.m.
The Indomitable Lions of Cameroon. And the Alas Lions of Morocco. 7 p.m. And at Mali. And Taranga Lions of Senegal. 4 p.m. And the Meda I give me a game. Cameroon, Morocco. Carlos Baleba basi from there. Until Liverpool for na mose sama. Then kofa Carlos Baleba manano. Monhwe ne. Monhwe no.
Ya tekasa. Ya na sports lawyer say, ya baba fie na asem ne kase pa no anim se Haso folk why na number 1 goalkeeper. Ebinum gidi yes goalkeeper Benjamin Asare de emfa woni pra ofiri mu ba so no na number 1 nanso Solomon Agbashi man of 12 time pa na yenya currently we know advisor to the board yes coach and team any Watara also on the no matter the BCBA no o team goalkeeper friend say Benjamin Asare or Tana Chiso fam yebaba na ya be this ankomo no ewo ehonomo still on House of Folk yebehwe after say Delali Anku Adiama ne dwumadie aba na wiye ya ka kyerɛw sɛ Julius Ben Emuna ɛna take over as MD na daben ɛna hyehyɛ no bibia ɛkɔso yie na wafiti ne dwumadie ase ɛnɛ yɛbɛyɛ more ɛwɔ ho expectation no kra na te sɛn ɛwɔ that office yɛbɛhwɛ na yɛaka ho nsɛm kakra na general transfer no kɔtɔkɔ edi kan yɛ baako yes baba boy ne yɛ
Prince Badu
good
Prince Badu me no Isco
sa no mo frɛ no
Isco
wala sa fia biso penasam no
former Bofa Kwata no former Team United
okay
former Nations and now kɔtɔkɔ
good na ene ma menka wo sɛ mo amwo AJ Sports Complex no mo ho player bia abrantie no wotimu sɛ wakwadare papa we no eye former mediama Young Africans Tanzania ho nyina wagoro clubs no dɔɔso mɛbobɔ ni nyina ene ono nso ne kɔtɔkɔ ye training anɔpɛ ya sɛ Isaac Mintepra ya cho ene wokɔ eja ono nso ahyase training wɔ hɔ yɛbɛhwɛ na yaka ho nsɛm ɛwɔ hɔ ɔnemo na owura mu obrekum Chelsea a asa dodo na afiri sɛ Samuel Bodu ɛwɔ sɛ mpanimfoɔ ɛpam no na we no ɛyɛ director of brekum Chelsea na Odro Safo Sibosro ɔse ɛmfa ho ne sɛ deɛ ɔmo da ɛwɔ league no so no ɔmo tie coach no akyi so ɛyɛ 9:50 wodwane yɛ live ɛwɔ Oyerepa Radio on Facebook Oyerepa Radio on Facebook ya na do comment aba brepam yɛbɛkan ama watching
na man for person signing no say o me training bia
na brambie na man for person
be na abo mediama yes na man for be fi so nimbo zinka kɔtɔkɔ nsign sa
ensign is okay
I'm see say there yam pass it
sadene de
o me training na mamu
hu no
se mamu sanction so ye ensign a ne assign man ko kasi akofa player ba
no aka
ene akɔ sign na mamu so you change o me hwɛ ne one o me hwɛ ne sharpness no ma hwɛ say we capable o mo no
but say no also the experience in Odru ha na boys no bia de
legit say
yes
born na be bono obebo ate kwampuku obebo ate donzu obebo ate mintamo ansa na sign no
baba ebre ne yawo dia fa yetu kobra
ano pay yema special good morning na yemu akwaba biem eha eye Oyerepa 100.7 FM live on Oyerepa TV mrasanso ye konko fonko so nsɛm edi adenchete na ebumfumpa ewon konfonko so no ye de ho nsɛm ato anim nsɛm na de dɔso papa na mom de di se fata se wohwɛ na utie na ye de esomo ene anɔpɛi we are good to go me say pizet mrantene damase sansa okwa oma biem den du kronoma station ho pragya ho no oma biem obi enjoy baby a wo bia no pay holiday oni ya hwiabom on today's post no yedase na odu ke odia e Alexua yes Alexua kotoko Alexua wa biem on holiday wa na obi nya nsika nya kwa wa na waba wa biem obi a etebi okay so yedamo nyina masena fe wakai se e socials no so Oyerepa Radio Oyerepa TV Ghana Oyerepa Radio Oyerepa TV Ghana now yes I Efi enkofonko so a ewo Italy no enra Serie A games mieno ena etimi etodam Cremonese etifie eshemieno ema Cagliari enso eshemieno AC Milan 90 plus ena Rafa Leao eteka ema Milan enra na Genoa edikan atotwa de kan ewie na ye 1-1 say ena table room etie Inter Milan after 18 matches 42 points woman nearly day AC Milan etosum yenum 39 points after 18 matches homatimi abono Napoli etoso miansam 38 points Juventus etoso enai womo awo 36 points Roma etoso enum womo so abo 19 matches womo awo 36 points Como etoso ensia 33 points and Atalanta etoso enso 28 points and pay ya don some etu anim enra and semi-final two etoja ewo Jeddah Saudi Arabia na a Super Copa de España emra Atletico de Madrid and Real Madrid at the Ebony Ban we na Federico Valverde and Rodrigo and anya 2 goals ama Madrid Alexander Solut ekokonya consolation bako ema Atletico de Madrid. So on Sunday 2026 Supercopa de España final ewo Jeddah Saudi Arabia Barcelona and Real Madrid and at the Ebony Yanwaka Ashan so enram trophy the champions no etime etodwam na on penalties and Paris Saint-Germain say 9 Emma Olympic drama say at the academy back home and 4-1 on penalties regulation time no equal 2-2 mra Paris Saint-Germain eshemienum Emma Olympic drama say Roberto Di Zerbi and namranterum enso etime eshemienum enra the mini invincibles Arsenal etrafie ewo Emirates Stadium ediema ahead down fasa bana we obia amfobo anto ne yankwatra ene Arsenal bia Liverpool enso bia nanso bana we ya na nenela Arsenal no Liverpool no enom de todwa ewo enra Emirates Stadium edonsem ato anim enano pay de tienie Morocco enma homo started preparation ahead of the indomitable Lions of Cameroon gamer abusuam ena womno mbebonom na de tienie onimsa ya were quarter finals of the AFCON na ena Jerikan 4 p.m. Emra Mali and the Taranga Lions of Senegal at the Albany na uko the indomitable Lions of Cameroon and Suya amane the Alas Alliance of Morocco at 7 p.m. and numre na still yere AFCON wonsem ebano Samuel Eto'o and after Nigeria FA President Alhaji Ibrahim Musa odia tukam say officiating officials officiating quarter finals no amani entime anja hobeya and company form entime sisanom na indomitable Lions of Cameroon and Morocco gamer ebetoja enano aya Mauritanian referee Dahani Beida and ejamo as center referee Daniel Lai of Ghana onom abasha vano na fenima ina etime akoye ede ama 2 teams no Mali coach Tom Sandfield ade atuja sa AFCON ono ne Mali omunsuro bia ose hwe AFCON ayabono Mali betima show bia amana ye nti ore Senegal game omokwakabo ene 4 p.m. no ehu bia anyhow ama prepare here for the game na Super Eagles of Nigeria captain Winfred Ndidi ade atudwa se opani players ni na chel enra ena ebabonten se best of 4 matches near winning bonus so nyade say Nigeria Football Federation no atua at the ama players no was players no bo say yan konkobo game no na yeni nkunim ampebo wie na nkunim deba na say NFF na ntua me Winfred Ndidi metua sa sikari na at the ama players no and your reporter eka yensa kakra na Mirror Studios no meko archives no and I'm say AFCON yana ya wo man bia wotimi tete host nation na esansa Morocco ababom at the etia the indomitable Lions of Cameroon na Morocco forum one historical antecedent at say the indomitable Lions of Cameroon also historical antecedent of AFCON eliminating host nations at say entity the indomitable Lions of Cameroon a record of eliminating countries omo ehosi AFCON abusuam onimsa amoyeye from 1984 to 2017 the indomitable Lions of Cameroon eliminated 7 host nations and abusuam otimi eyomom ejom fi AFCON so Morocco abatoso na oyeye from 1984 to 2017 and then I'm very pretty history no against the Alas Alliance of Morocco na yabatwan nonso and yebehu sa game no abaya Morocco and say Cameroon edia Carlos Baleba edia to just say motivation ni ose Samuel to face and afa minister Saudi my Cameroon na eta amachi omunim say game ne de e be difficult sense sa obom edi etia host nation ya na enyama nkitinkiti bi wa emfeva utima oni host nation no ebo na mo omo ready say ene said etie bi a enkudumde ebetimi aba Amad Diallo esi akan ema Ivory Coast national team na amamfo sam Oberine player of the tournament since Diana Oyano Afco who nya good deal Massa was so jano and your football na tenwa said you see Pia said you also the war to turn transis near Jadano Massa deserve and also did kind of say on any national team that is Ivory Coast national team no he bet me aje the Afcon and no odwen kese pa and ya Amad Diallo ni sema odia to jam and ne anope dinina Emma war on some major European leagues no and afe external matches weekend FA Cup games and beto jam England La Liga no hetefeni resource that and 8 p.m. at the bomb Eintracht Frankfurt and Borussia Dortmund and then 7:30 amude ebani na FA Cup Friday night games beto jam MK Dons and Oxford United at the ebani 7:30 na Portville and Fleetwood Town and at the Ebony Preston North End and Wigan Athletic at the Ebosom and Restham and Nottingham Forest at the bomb way matches and never to jam our FA Cup from Yanzumi in our England Nafe Yanin Kobom and now play our England on Oyerepa TV on Oyerepa 100.7 FM our your socials so that is Oyerepa Radio and afe Oyerepa TV Ghana and a slot on Arsenal and I'll say Nukrenie ocha atmosphere enra na ewo Emirates Stadium and said ye na amo bomb nsem e de amo plus amo to dom 90 plus additional minutes na Nukrenie abebo Liverpool abaso e sense amo keep the structure enyama na wasa amo yam in the game na amo na right ade na ya and it's a chance be by officer decision making and a problem no senka amo take decision you know some from Bobby won tentano how obian say from pona be for bullet opia bono by and I'm a clear bono few or sisa game na nanka bibim ebetime asi and a slot on Gabriel Martinelli and Conor Bradley incident is see here in the game Amra opraye o clebo ne nan no koto faunsa no dafem na Gabriel Martinelli ko piana free plate no so and o se da bi eye uncall for ade na Gabriel Martinelli eye no na ni kwansa oye sa ade no esansa onkai sa oye player na anu so prada sa obobo e o plate so na pra na o yankum player so o piana free plate no so ade a o 3 points alive matters and eye sama a slot e to jam and no play na Mikel Arteta and so na no to incident e see and da Oyerepa TV no so no o say Gabriel Martinelli assault on Bradley o say problem no way Gabriel Martinelli try say obey safety first no for game no atimi atoasundu onwu so yam from Zobia and ya Mikel Arteta nsema odi etuju Arteta say no Ukrainian in the first half no na amuna the better team Arsenal ebo game ni na nanka Arsenal kra ebetimi the ball etimi ato Liverpool tena amamsa official the boys no could have done better. The behavior of Gabriel Martinelli is a disgrace to football and yet Mikel King Nensema odi atujam and I no play or say dinner or yeah no and nyamonsem and a boy ne aye nani kwanse or yes denom Dominic Zoboslai at the atuja say and ra omusia unbelievable team ono Dominic Zoboslai officer chances in the second half and it said you almost control second half no now senka Liverpool mum and a din kunim yebetiem emra and a slot Mwakasam afa Gabriel Martinelli was Gabriel a nice guy na blaming the bray or the entire and a slot on Gabriel Martinelli.
I don't know Gabriel Martinelli, but he comes across as a nice guy. And I think the problem for him is, and that's a problem in general in football, that there's so much time wasting and players pretending that they are injured in the final parts of the game or during the game. You can then sometimes be annoyed if you want to score a goal that you think that player is time wasting. And I cannot ask from Gabriel Martinelli in 94 minutes when it's so emotional for him to understand that he plays Liverpool, that is a team when they are being hold against, which was the game against Leeds United, and we don't even go to the floor. If we play West Ham United, Paqueta tries everything to do to get a second yellow card, that my players try to drag him out. You cannot expect from Martinelli that he thinks so clear and nice. I'm 100% sure what the injury might be, that he would never do that. But it doesn't look great if he has the injury, which we fear he might have, of course. But football, time wasting, diving has come to the situation that players think in the 94th minute that probably that is happening again, because I've seen it happening against us so many times this season, that I can understand that Martinelli might have thought that this was time wasting as well, and he couldn't thought about this is Liverpool. I don't know yet, but it didn't look great if you have to go off on a stretcher, and I think we could both, when we see the video, we both think probably the same, but yeah, we have to wait on the scans if it's that bad, or maybe he can play on Monday, let's hope.
And no, I am a slot and then some other two Dominic Zoboslai and Su Kasaye after the game, and Osha player now on your happy chances are Omuketi and officer now Sanka Bibi Etime SC.
Just made it clear. No, we faced an unbelievable team, but I think we showed again today that why we became champions last season, and now this was a step forward, I think, after the recent weeks, and we showed again that even against a team who is top of the table we can compete, and that's we take it with us for the next weeks, and we move on.
Was your first half performance mainly about fight and resilient qualities like that?
I think it's always about fight, to be honest, because in the Premier League you have to fight to get results, and I think today each of us, everybody showed that we are able to do it, and from now on nobody can say we are not, so we have to, like in the team, so we have to keep on going and work as hard every week as we did today.
So having suffered a bit in the first half, how did you peg them back and pen them in the way you did second half? You controlled almost all of that, second 45.
Yeah, I think in the first half also we had a couple of chances, and also we managed to keep the ball a couple of times, but of course...
Na Roy Keane area to just said 100% Sir Mikel Arteta and then Arsenal betting me at the English Premier League with performance. I'm done a day enra. I see enra game nom na a test case kese Emma Mikel Arteta Lusuidia and Kasamaba enra drawn a by no ama Arsenal etime ejina ye Antoine Semenyo were completely in the medicals. Ni move to Manchester City is done. They say or a player Emma Manchester City Dan Fletcher and Johnny Evans Diamete HM say I likely say Manchester Derby no omumienum and I bet me at some bench nebom final decision no nya de some penform etime ateki Chelsea confirm Liam Rosina he said backroom staff ringina homa confirm honim say Khalifa Sisi and Justin Walker from Strasbourg. I'm Johnny Liam Rosina. I'm going to Ebabaya Jumam Ede Amatina Ben Robert, a head of global goalkeeping, and also Etimi Adriane Destafa. Ababwa Ama Chelsea Etimi Akon Ede Akona named Gary Neville and Daniel Sturridge Ede Atuja Sir Ukrainian. Omontiase ocha kwan Liverpool form afaso a drop here fina office mraso se wo so amopeja amomotimbonum Liam Rosina ene na manterom etreni enra yabehwe Antoine Semenyo ono so medicals enra oyeye ede ematim na el Spain no João Cancelo oba arrive in na fe wa ene medicals all be done and na fe oba Barcelona player Thibaut Courtois or Sunday against Tima hwemu a omomode mo no soro that is Barcelona nebom Real Madrid ready sa ambeji trophy Rodrigo sa ni goals no na ma for now goals no asa se ebo fi se abeboa team no na ofame sori no enra na team sa agena no den nti ba na wieye na Kylian Mbappe report se Samara make say crade oya du Jeddah Saudi Arabia ni sa why fit abebo on Sunday ama Madrid de Sansem nyina etu onim Xabi Alonso se Fabi Valverde incredible player enra na modern bottom eso na ni oya happy for the boy nti eno yen sma Xabi Alonso to Gano pay ye de bi ama wo ntinyina so na yemfa manfo amaso nsem nsi ena no pay
meda sports lawyer say minko Solomon Kata hona yento aso ba yewo a lot ena ye de ba beto aso e de amamo solo Tino yeko say the holiday yeah ne kakra na yako Pepsodent chako ne Pepsodent about toothpaste ano pay ya aseda ema omo apose no ba ko pe no na Ghana Dental Association age atum odi twiuse a ose no enya hode enka free wanum beba no enka kama entino ukofia ene tobi na efa kona ene mankoye enso emfa ema Pepsodent every smile matters bosomtwe Robon PLC baby account awodo ni nyina bi wa aso ye wia ye be ma loan no akọ e dia kwetete wadwuma ma loan na dia akọ dwuma bia with the head office e okontana say other branches atonsu agogo jachi kokofutie da hinema kokobe adwuna say ebu akọ atonsu bokura puto ja magazine efia kobi ene abinchi market frame 0508642705 bosomtwa bank PLC expert in unit banking bra Amen Scientific Hospital fast stroke ya de bra fa awo ho nsembra ya de a atena so acha okọ enko no fa bra ya so ye na yenya ho adwuma emfa ema yo kuma se atwema tachiman kwada so fo ase ekwan so 18 other branches e wo Ghana enchi boga wa bibiani akra takra de tamale atebubu nkoko sunyane ho se hwidabi so ena afe hohoi ho so oba obehuye offering 0277 00 1234 0277 00 1234 Kanje and magic drinking water, the only alkaline water. I am more minerals with say calcium, magnesium, potassium, and iron. And so papa there, num kanjin in so and the bone liver or kidney and wakuma. And by Brahma UGC, Tafuni Road, Abaru Junction, Lizzie Hotel, Santasra, about Pakiki, our stadium, na face Manquani Junction, Ashton, Ubenian Sony Biato, 0241 44 9191 and a 0507 37 9474. Grow Fine Herbal Tonic. And no, evermore did you obey ye. Grow Fine. Oba ebesiese menses ho ha nyina. Ede amamoja drono e Grow Fine Herbal Tonic. Pebitoi. E misia ba kolnaka ba smart ba Fred Mensa pidan purely. Chemical shop herbal shop ubenya bi na wato. Kumase digital back clinic come run about. You been Bank of Africa ho and adodo pa no. E wo frey 0244 596532 0244 596532 Apomuje back clinic or say fani ya de ni nyina bra no nya ho adwuma emfa emao na obenye no kwa gonorrhea candidiasis waste pain goiter kompo pabra ya so na ye bedi ho dwuma ye wo Kumasi Sofolai soja for kwan so ye ne Assemblies of God asoy no ena edi animhwe apomuje asem ena meka edi HL 0551 098961 0551 098961 eni apomudi endin komo edek SM bites meba cho ulibido no bekoso na no ho kani ahiem na ani jaba edek SM bites ena ewo se upebito waist pain low sperm count premature ejaculation ni nyina ebe free so na watumi abo adwuma eyie enu onu bebre ewo heba ne chemical shop bia ewo Ghana maimu ha free 0243 989 368 na 0201 044 221 ABA Herbal Clinic so far tano no oma wadro fagu aduanum di ebeye wani ne ho adwuma ede amount hypertension prostate liver and kidney related diseases obana so ya ono ena eye ni ye ede ema kwada so gina say main market echo adoma inkro Ebenezer Preschool obe apia kubi cold store ne numbers 0541 565 199 and a 0502 812 081 na on ABA Herbal Clinic enso edi Clementino yede ye first batch no AC na dwumadi no atoa so ene ye Madam Eve Ankra.
Okay.
Ene ye na woda na Francis Kennedy Ankra na eseme wish ne big sister Eve Ankra a special birthday intino ye wish Madam Eve a special birthday tino.
Yena Solomon Kata ase yemra meto aso emfa emamo Filippo ewo kwabreka same ose Tino, please more update on Manchester United transfer. Greetings to my daughter Frimpong Manson Echa Felix and my mother Auntie Mary of Geniso. Filippo kwabreka same the message this morning. Was watching the show live and clear at Afumim Airport. Oyerepa Sports no size. Congrats. Minim the congrats no man on Starboy Edie enono. Abdullah Hassan was a good morning watching you live from Sabuzongo NZ5 opposite Menshia Hospital. I want to wish Muhammad Salisu and Muhammad Kudus a speedy recovery. Thanks. We Abdullah Edie enono. Memfa Benji die na men koma se Obed Akwaba. Or say from influences we are Chelsea keeper abysmal performance. Greetings to Kunkom MCE at Chumango Beja South and also Edia and no Kofi Ajiman Black Man also and also watching the show live inside Pig Farm Accra. I want to Kofi so Shenyan Eddie Ifree. Say Akwaba
over
na ohoye de
oh Father Dean
good
and all them say oh there
kamikra me yasa mi busa solo na mama na sorry me yasa mi busa solo na I'm just a woman baby sir
big over omienti omonkasisia
Constitution Day okay
I said normally I na 17 years swear
yeah
but be on my yacht or they are fine but
Sure.
Holiday when they come, just a match.
Nah, you wish you. Okay, so you did any holiday.
Vast day,
the same. And they just that.
Oh, no, over vast day, they say, Joe, for life.
Yeah, son, but Nipano, they announced about St. Valentine. Yes, I don't know the buyer, but. Yes, what ever come some that
Valentine. Vast days, it was from next 2 weeks, it can now more fun. Your man started the flowers neighbor.
Yes,
at the flowers neighbor, nom de cocoa neighbor,
backroom more
kaimo.
Okay, some
business and yes, young Betty who's cover. Scan on Betty and one after being simple.
So, yeah, Antoine and I say, you call Arsenal game. No,
there were a lot of issues. And now there were big matches. So, Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid. This is a big game from every angle. Be able saw her game free. Now there were key questions. This is a game the Madrid we need by 2-1. Federico Valverde as early as 1 minute, bare 21 seconds. Na free kick be panyai or the ball na twat them. Then later Rodrigo the be can once and Atletico ba bete. I'm a born 2-1. Now, over first, Coach FN Diego Simeone, we need to have a little bit of conversation around him. Said the improvement of the Abeshe Atletico Madrid team nobody can dispute that or take away his credit and his effort. Europa League, the Spanish La Liga, Champions League final. This is massive. But from 2020, 2021, Urban, the last 4-5 years, Atletico Madrid is just existing. And Sani say the duopoly between Barcelona and Real Madrid, no one ever say no. Of I say Oman and their mentality has completely changed from a team that felt they can go toe-to-toe with Barcelona and Real Madrid to a team that gradually is accepting that they are a third force or those two teams are better than them. Sana is Atletico Madrid the NBA. Coming to the last 4 seasons Atletico Madrid in La Liga. The last 4 seasons Atletico Madrid in Copa del Rey. Supercopa España. The last 3 seasons Omuntibinje. So when you talk about Diego Simeone, he's getting the signings. Signings and drew Real Madrid here. But Saosha recently, Juma Hansi Flick at the Barcelona team near Yansha Dibi. Barca keeper Joao Garcia. Kunde Nebo right back. Baldi left back. Baldi from the La Masia. Paul Kubasi from the La Masia. Gerard Martin from the La Masia. And Omoto Frankie de Jong. Pedri. I said no Elche. But mo fan at a young age. And I'm gonna buy. Into Pedri was not a superstar at the time or joining Barcelona. Femi Lopez. One major signing about Dani Olmo. Robert Lewandowski. Ferran Torres was not a starter at Manchester City. Eric Garcia was not a starter at Manchester City. Then you talk about to be say Rafinha. It's yet no clear cancer Barcelona squad, no. Player for player based on the amount Barcelona invest in. Atletico Madrid ni omo nam sa kwa na so. The last time Zakito na na kasa 7. And also ni emu bi feel say baby openyima for Atletico they were basically a middle place team. And as they saw man be established for top 4 position, you know. That was enough. But Diego Simeone is disappointing me at the top level. League, you know, Oche Madrid in a 5-2. And we all felt that Saudi Arabia Tuaso was such a game. But that was not the story. 2-1 Madrid in his heart on so. And they are becoming comfortable. Too comfortable with the two clubs being better than them. So I think Diego Simeone need to do more. Over. I say Simeone to me Pejan in some kakra. Because Sika is spending the amount of money that they are spending. No, I expect more from Diego Simeone than what he's doing. So it's something that he need to address. That is point number 1. Point number 2 is Vinicius Junior. You remember positives, no, a PMO game. Of 19 matches, Vinicius Junior into me in your go and from my club or country. And this is a player said Madrid JC number 7. Now for club be our JC number, you find say JC number kesiye pa. And Madrid iconic JC number, the JC number 7. And to say this JC number on the show. Nase over we entrust you to do more. Now you are not living up to expectation. I raise a lot of questions. Now, Debiameka said, Vinicius Junior after the Ballon d'Or, a statement I was so powerful and could me live up to that statement. Could be a motivation point and a motivational point in most of the discussions about this Vinicius Junior after say Ballon d'Or no this second. Or say Vinicius Junior vows to work 10 times more after missing the Ballon d'Or award. Also, Vini Ballon d'Or no be any say season on the Bemano. That's the 2024 Ballon d'Or. Any the man Rodri. Now after that, na Vinicius can say the Oya no di second.
Why na was I didn't say no son and Kenya.
Oh, over me say na me come or Moji say so nya no.
Okay.
Because that year the performance in the Champions League for Real Madrid was massive. He was the face of the Madrid team when it comes to the Champions League.
Okay.
He was just super. Until me say na me come one. No more GDS say no near the man.
No, if I can say is seen na
that becomes a big debate. But Rodri was also not bad.
Fantastic.
Rodri so when she.
Yeah.
Now Vini to him say the Oyerepa that was helping Madrid to win the Spanish La Liga and the UEFA Champions League, you know. Over here times 10 of that. Bank for now or more holiday normal send the messages. Don't be careful what.
No, so only a document or catch us
Holiday.
Oh I will say. But not a birthday or the mama on Casanelli.
Yes, obi this game na
Birthday or the mama on Casabati. It drop of Vidal yeah.
I feel food that say. Christmas say me who yeah. When you say this say me papa dey never question na we show Merry Christmas. Papa Vini any Madrid edge the Champions League and the Spanish La Liga. And the normal can you say of our almost say Vini so about times 10 of that. Tina the day in say times 10 of the Champions League, then your numbers are Vini be producing. It be amazing. But for you to go 19 matches without scoring, and on him, so what studies say here? The highlight of Vinicius Junior in most matches are of Obebono. In Tokwa, yellow card, only coach and your exchanges. That has been the conversation. To say when it comes to Vinicius Junior. So far, something must be done because Madrid club are more entertaining. If you really know Real Madrid, we will say Madrid the amount of performance they drop kakrebi on major acquire no matter how big you are, especially when there is a new boy here, Juma. I'm to be a Ika Casillas. In terms of Diego Simoni, Nentokwa on Vinicius now catch Vini say Odi Agra Florentino Perez Betono. Diego Simoni and Ankasa no one, but that statement is powerful because Ika Casillas and Iban also no Bobo my FC Porto. Over Pepe Niban also he was no longer at Real Madrid. Ramos at a point or Chichen who can with contract extension and Niban also no over or Bobo my PSG. Farewell match crowning and Tisomu Bobi Mano. Cristiano Ronaldo at the Champions League, that was his last match for Madrid. And on the field he was performing. Then he was not Oko Juventus, no matter on Oko Juve. That is Real Madrid for you. Raul Gonzalez Blanco. Over time of Florentino Perez kofa Cristiano Ronaldo by na opese Omar Ronaldo is the face of Real Madrid no. Raul was just number 7 no. So Ronaldo first is not 9. Raul na 7. Before Raul realized no over Omar you say no about Shaka 04. Na yaje number 7 just in the ama Cristiano Ronaldo. And Vinicius must be careful. Bona Kylian Mbappe bono. From the onset to Muse or Florentino Perez and Nisu say, Opeso ye Kylian Mbappe the face of the Madrid project. But enough the delay in Mbappe's arrival. And as our season and Vinicius Peki and Intino, it created some form of complications. And then the complication by Amen Mbappe she just number 10. It's a wolfing in one pijamwa. Especially when your contract extension issues, you know, fix it.
Mpejamunu got to do with goals and man as performance.
The total performance is not the best. Now his involvement in assists, his involvement in goals, are limited. And over, now, Rodrigo in the last 5 starts, also call almost 25 matches. No, she go. Emma Madrid. But recently, he seems to be getting it back. Our 7-goal involvement in the last 5 matches I was starting at the Emma Madrid. Until Vinicius and Rodrigo, now Uncle Suya Bibi Kakra, no to be bounce back. But born mama picture be.
Pedro de na of Las Palmas never.
Las Palmas, yes, Las Palmas. Las Palmas no buy. Yes, I'm going to find if Las Palmas.
Good.
Over. And now, Federico Valverde see from. Now, se born bit me and picture not good. Of a first thing men who say wrong with this picture. You talk about Federico Valverde and his brilliance, but I heard you are then wrong.
Goalkeeper.
Yes.
The
position of the goalkeeper.
Very bad.
When you say war, 3-man war. Federico Valverde was excellent. The shots, no boy, you know, the technique, everything was spot on over. We are not going to take anything away from Federico Valverde. And we are now debating now started Alonso, Valverde, Muntari, Roberto Carlos, and for the boss shot partner, or must start debate.
And Muntari.
Yeah, oh yes.
Okay.
If we share Muntari, the videos are no a one player shot power. No will be power.
I'm going to come to me for Mohamed Gagoun Kahun.
I'm on
Fananka. Okay. Because Gago shot to power over there.
Now more bodies names. Okay. Now Valverde powerful shot. But Sabon my video now. Of our Shebebia Yan Oblakijina. now ka obedie di say obefa ne say ebia nko ato
eba sabe no ato na wi ana
where time obekeke
ball no
hwe also obekeke ball na no ena baby otina no
video no na bebo yen
now ka video ne ba ball no video na beto so man over video ne ba then you realize say nipa miensa na e wo no etina ekwan dem enti obeye movement be science and waduru ho more now my celebration because second one no mu twa free valvadi ho de ne ba of a new nipa 3 enti na nya wo a
ne sakwa kan ya memboa
ne sakan
or try man sakwa kan ba na e too late
enti wo no he of a nipa 3 penny gina wo no we ne de fan so gina nchen enti utu say ekwan dem so the standing position of Yano Black was not the best. But we are not going to take anything away from Federico Valverde. And we are on settle Atletico Madrid team and over Olidi by example. And on starting, also setting the stage for Sunday. Barcelona, Real Madrid, El Clasico, the Spanish Supercopa. Last year, Momo 5-2. 5-2 nom the Momo. And this year, everything shows that Barcelona fans know GD.
Okay.
Some be winning.
Matisse.
Sunday is going to be interesting. Lot of key battles. You be discussing Pedri ni Jude Bellingham. You bo New Year's and come on the best start game. Joao Garcia any Ninuya Courtois best start.
Okay.
So interesting times ahead. But yesterday was a good game. Saudi.
Okay. But I say Obed Kofi Zakitu and enemy nim say they were crowd obi aso we Manchester come Madrid o cause wa pono Madrid jersey Jibo only ndi ngomo wa chire wana
say on say ye won kofo bi o mu free team ma na mo supporters de o machi say oni team
Jose na dene nam
no ne team ni Moreno
okay
nti baby na say so they are den dia ma say onya Portugal matches ni bi nve say ono
a bi ye yi so
ono abochie bo hwe na den dia ma no so benya bi hwe Zakito there say stance our take mam support Manchester na mo Zakito come on muntie o say coach bi obeba after Morin be wini ame akaso ya de acha Morin there and the coach kun lose
sano kai
I say the stance ni say hey o say one kind enra obi o tie Zakito bi ati that was the stance
ebia mo de yemfa to ho but one can straight
no say so obi ka say obi meye bibi acha Morin there I say ni say eti coach no be ya hwe kura so nani Manchester na yi match o mo bo ni the Burnley o mo bo 2-2 there but we game here the whole season before mo ne Burnley game no Sesco no achi say we bo 17 goals to 17 games 2 goals Enuachi 1 game 2 goals and Sesco best performance in Manchester jersey e yo mo ne Burnley bo no boy no
enye team so be share
na say Burnley no mo Manchester boda e wo Old Trafford referee the 5 minutes ke crowd to so anka bo na ye draw ho 5 minutes per eto so Old Trafford.
You create one card.
Zakito dey say no afa no ho adwene. Na asem ni na ne say ebe ko go dey enkokona.
We dey cobra ba me ko no one.
Amorin no ye dey amane say on take am for Amorin so nya dey.
Is it para sem no?
Dabi. Onya dey. Ezo benye tima coach na che
sa
Amorin. This Portugal wa.
Encho benya bijibo.
Team bay.
Enche.
Team kese te say Manchester United. Ben e be fa Amorin. This is Portugal bi.
Yeah.
There is Akito. Encho no so be ase no.
Obene na mu a.
Eti
na Manchester won't me nyai.
Official announcement says Akito ye anti-Manchester supporter.
Una wudi kra la jibo.
One can ask him. Me nka hwe.
And I want to know say.
Na tade show ye chese.
O se mutache.
Clementino na want to know say. Ole no mo kofana ba no. Ole meye bi papa bi a cha Morin.
E dem no me ka
so ole de onyade.
Eti so
ole de onyade.
E na wo ho no.
Eti se upam amorem na go fa ole ba.
Ene bo dem no ya de. Ene bo dem no ya de.
Asema me kan ye ni.
Ene bo dem no ya de. Give na sali odika na ole de. Ole bo no boy ya wo kwa wo zeba.
Number 2 Amorin na no mo kofana ba no. Ana obe she ten ha ga nan no. Na de na no ye.
But before we go free banner, no, I be free banner.
Amorin in the history of Manchester United Premier League. Coach Awasapano no. since 91-92 you started see about Premier League in the history of Manchester United. Coach at Manchester United afa na wasampa no. Checking the winning rate. Say 37.1 or say 38.1 or say. How can you be supporting this coach whilst you call yourself a Manchester United supporter? Where you be at say wa bona you move for Manchester United on pay.
On pay say.
Now per Manchester be support Amorim ahead of the team.
Jibo.
Open Manchester obey Amorim e Manchester United. Obey den why sir? It is a key to there. And then watch the team o ni Jesse no Diaba no. The Jesse no Diaba no. Typical Real Madrid fan. And I say watch Manchester Jesse. Because
the Edahuma akata no bi ana.
Onye Manchester.
Hey, is agree to. And no one says I go for that to back no mu na house so.
Now coach and winning percentage 38.2. Manchester as a football club by no. Since Premier League omo bi da. O se sa coach no mapam na on tiase enu ti coach bi Manchester won lose.
Obeda on kaso on lose but ono de wa man na ya to say onyini say Udi only neba. Oba betwa no.
Ti obi kan sama etini. Onso obi betia ka se no odi watemba no nka se bia boa na kwase.
Ipa Jose you ya bia.
So se me
japa for de no.
Ba no ka se no di watemba no nka se bia boa na kwase a. Emfa nkyere wo. Utie za kitu nsem enu a clearly. Opese coach bi obeba bia should fail. Just for him to say Amorim na mo pamo no was a mistake.
Menka bi da.
Oh, one come but there how we analysis no.
Menka nya ni say only no. Wasa. Say afi 2026 we team no woni abre pass open bia ya
ne wole
o se mapam Amorim na me ko for coach only say na ya musu Amorim na ka Amorim me dey just can be ko afi we before no all ko no let's table na na so evidence na don say on Champions League just 3 points per Amorim ye pam no Champions League na 3 points per entino ya na say nyeti team on oji league mpono spend almost 500 million there for Liverpool kura no and on the 3 points per on the mon kase pam ni coach
o so on the bia na oba obeje
Premier League waji league
so obeje don kase pam ni
kan na asem
eto de eyi Clementino eyi be come say yekoya ha ye be ma o omo bebi amubu ese ka de bi wo ho a enkan so nyame ye eno bi na zakito kan ani slot ya okan last year na G Premier League on the G Premier League Amorim so Europa League no and Manchester United they bo even in the Champions League kamenya so say Manchester for beka so mo sack no because at least ojina bibi so and odi coach team no but where you buy Manchester ko bo Europa League against Tottenham Hotspur. The only thing na Manchester about that a day ne eyo mu jesi e show mo. Ball na de ball ne de obi ehun say Manchester. Anya sa da na ye ko yi azagito so ko obi ehun wi. Obi ehun.
Ye point.
Wanka e che ne e friend so na begini sika. Kwado. Ye kwado.
Mekai.
Ni we feel wo. Azagito de nke kwado first person begini sika yo no.
Olwa.
Yani e friend so na begini sika.
Okokra.
Asa na Zakito ba. Eti e bese be che ne say Zakito de na me ye kwado na ba ewu aka ho. Kona na be wa so.
Oh, na nya Amorim sa wa na.
The stance I want take you after Amorim sack no. And some of them can nya say to.
Na de be huru so nya onya. Better coach awe be yo.
Amada na Mourinho supporters no. Amada Mourinho supporters no. Amorim de ayi eno of no be kan eno wa no. O say ayi Amorim nyoma na o ye na say ayi.
Zamu.
Ofano pa de dio Clementino ayi Zakito dey say Manchester
ye okay ni me ba ye be train no be tie from no ana no no wa dey
obi
Tino o say the Afcon quarter final aduru
oh yes
quarter final
we mka kama me hear me pa
the big game o ma fe no Morocco sisi at omo the extension in Morocco question of Morocco ni say o mine na omo no Asia this stage no o mine no omo no ball no and yes at this stage Cameroon are better than Morocco on paper. They don't believe in that, say Morocco is better than them, but history is against Morocco. And upon mine bakwa say do that stage where obey me because of experience, and they have AFCON 5 times, that is Cameroon. And to almost experience at this stage. And Cameroon or Morocco, the last time as a tournament of host 2 years. And Omujidi said Omuya host and win in 1988. No. Omunina Mumko drew semi-final and so many Cameroon. Yeah, but Tian says Sarah Thomas Makanaki. Panya 1-0 match in Morocco, you free. So the last time Omaya fell Morocco, almost AFCON. No. Omaya you free, never fell Cameroon. Today, once again, they are meeting another Cameroon over the quarter-final stage of the AFCON. Omudi says they are noted for Sanyamano. Say Yambro crew member Teti Onyanko or the Cameroon or your best. Yamba Teti Onyanko de Omuya dear Hupa
to work at the end of the year, Juma, in the current performance in history. No,
unse to be a
Komoko form
history na a di ehun toso. Unse si anoman no. Omu konina ehun awo mu. There is fear in the supporters because I don't say 88 they are check. And they stadium on 88 for now. They don't omo park on bebre no munwo. Bebre no nkulano so bebre na no munwo in 88. Time Morocco stuff kon no boy kakrebi. But you see and then oko oman mu a almost TV stations ni radio stations in the discussions about so sports no. Yeah, the last time they hosted the AFCON some man when be year free.
Here Morocco coach be over cycle.
It is there. And open one country or side the man Morocco in terms of technical team now or more BR or psychologists to side them up knowing that yes I see a term. Let's move on. Almost 88 no. Number 2, I'm going to share with Senegal. I have to share Morocco 1-0. Cannot be can say I'll go to Cameroon. So their meetings at AFCON hasn't been good
for Morocco.
And naturally, your man no mean to Cameroon until the last 2 AFCON qualifiers before Morocco. I share twice. No means Morocco. Sorry, Cameroon or more life as a football nation. It's a Omaya historical woman. And there is high hope in Omaya Morocco. Say if there's one AFCON movie, say they can host and win. As that AFCON win, the good news for them. And it's Hakim Ashraf Hakimi is back. And what was last game Biano? You could see say when Oboboni Bia, also on the right side, no player can give them. And the team changed completely with Ashraf Hakimi in the team. Yes, Baleba, so far, I'm saying, not the past time, so see Brighton. Since United, didn't buy a call off. But back to Africa, I bet you say yes, he stayed the Baleba and team can say be open in Biano, or signing now. I want to believe on you happy at Brighton because it will be our of Pierre Brighton. Naska kasi dia base bra. Na o salary anka o kwakwajo United. Na ya mwanko Tino.
O se no me tia be say ya Liverpool so penana. So as well lenke to Liverpool dia.
No, he's a top midfielder every team that paid defensive midfielder BIT teams on DM Liverpool can be because almost omuni DM. It's a top midfielder based on what we've seen the AFCON. He stayed the Baleba I'll be a share in the last season no. Tino. Cameroon for hard. If Washe how more Trebaku they defend 5. Na Baleba mujine finfin omoje ball na they utilize FN saying mwemu pace no ombotu ma no akofa ball no panya no mo na ekọ no so ball no pa de Morocco be asking Cameroon for no I want to say Morocco for na careful because the ball here with there no remember say mwemu bi o speed pa Baleba ewo like or drive. I bet me the ball na trauma FN saying mbom so mfontum rika
Tumrikanko.
ono you bet my partnership because defensively Morocco are not strong. Only if I say through Akini through yes Agued or normal center back. Agued now Marcel. He's a normal center back. But the other bono after this you must see no so. And then the 4 and 5. Omunya actually left for Bonkumo for the ball. Omunya ball 3 offense. So 4 and 5. No about Marshall at left back. Eti omu to train yen problem ni wo. But center back korum no. E Bonkumo for you about 4 and 5. It is a ultimate crabia you punish them. So defensively they are not strong. Like not for very good. And another problem. Unai is out of the season tournament no. One of their most influential midfielders who controls the game for them. Our team no count. It's a problem. Tino, I want to. My heart is for Morocco, but I think say Cameroon for no. Omaha Junior papa. And what tournament we are. So money of anything. So group say don't money group. Is it Ivory Coast? Yes. Group stage. In a game that no BFE say. Oh, maybe based on what we've seen, especially on my first game, come for so brave, Tino, and sign on winning side game, no. On the Gabon, I share 1-0. Second game, on the Ivory Coast for fast, no. And Ivory Coast are one of the tournament favorites. Okay. Tino, yes, my heart is for Morocco, but I can coming from my heart, and no matter what say Morocco for the party, Eddie Amomo, Senegal, Ebo, Mali. Who's a Mali for Omo Portugal in you? Okay, Portugal Euro 2016 no. Omo board draw o ma match ba kura omo board draw na Morocco fa na ekwaji. So far Mali above 4 matches in their draw. Omo lose bi. Draw. Last game against Tunisia, penalties, omo draw penalties and omo di omo free mu. So far technically they don't won a game because in na draw. Penalty enye ade aye ye de ka win ho. Enti match na na draw. Tino, Senegal so far so good in this tournament, but the man ultimately and the team Mali Mr. Tino. Ocean Mali against Morocco, Ocean Mali against Tunisia. So far the big games now Mali are gonna feel you know. Yes, more. If you watch Mali against Morocco, now here Mali against Tunisia, and they don't write Mali off against Senegal completely. Because adia Senegal will be a Mali phone will be say technical yambo no yenda da ho if it is strength so yanko one near omobi if the game no be more physical so but as to who would have chances that ubenya no how we utilize chances
okay, how
yes
utilize
because be more physical munya be try say they will go gidigidi kakra and munya out of flare what the Mali phone now when they decide to go flare omuya dey pamu no pa Senegal is all flag kakra. So you know the game is more physical, but you know Senegal for now dominate Mali for ache. Oma dominate too much pa. It's a mismatch because Senegal so the last 15 AFCON games obi an show e AFCON e normal time. The only defeat omunya you know enye against Ivory Coast penalties. That match was a drawn game. So in their last 15 AFCON games, team Omabia to mention Senegal. Tino, yes, as much as Mali for air stubborn and what all that they are doing, you know, I think saying the Omolak no Ebesa against Senegal. I tip Senegal to win and go to the semi-final. Okay. Another slot idea. Second half no idea. First half in the nenye. But a good choir of us. We say and yet one change person be but choir of us more the confidence go and take it game no bobo ni no. Second half no but tete na so question marks on so be teams now move the na say afiwe no.
Omo nyina performance no
because they are tete here pa de nka
cause go be a touch na how say no.
There was a team on form nka na league je nke be shake kakra ba teams no be the team obia no afiwe no nye.
City and start ye.
Eno mo ba mu yi.
Eno make yen ha.
Eno end ni so omo last games na draw so nti ti do ha adwuni pa.
Mate Zach. Yiwo.
Yeah. Cameroon for come na Zaki to din na e me dem pese me di kakra. Cameroon for no maso den. Clementino no munim host nation for tia. Unim say Cameroon as a country ade ba ko a Clementino mo dem sonko ne say Cup of Nation na ye bo no ye bo no mo wo ma no mo do time mo share host nation it becomes a different Cameroon.
No mo shebre na mo born na sakra.
O the member examples. 1984 Cote d'Ivoire ne host Cup of Nation. Cameroon show mo group stage 2-0. Zakito akan 88. Omo show mo 1-0. Say open some of the famous names about African football man. Even Ghana, onye Ghana ni kura no outsider.
Yeah.
Makanaki, Omambeyik. In result it is Dina. What did be that?
Pa.
Francois Omambeyik.
Mambeyik.
Ah. No Mudini are very popular.
Mbombe baka hwana. Mbombe.
No. Ono nani dine Ghana but for baby dine wo. And reason was simple because of Cameroon participation at the 82 and 1990 World Cup. Was the first African country who board the semi-final at the World Cup. Into Momdin be popular. 1992 Cup of Nations I born in Senegal. Cameroon they use Senegal free more. Ghana Nigeria 2000. Ghana Nigeria 2000. Nigeria for news on Magic Cup na we. Na Cameroon Nigeria from them. Then in 2002 Mali. No Matia Mali. No Makosha Senegal final no Magic Cup no. Say Morocco Cup of Nations you hosting. Factors be brave no we host Cup of Nations no. Kesipe wo ni say. Omo so Magic Cup of Nations bi a che. Omo invest a lot of money into their football. From junior level to senior level.
Ah, chance so ye the results among.
Say beso abani nyina stadium fefefe ne ho nyina no Clementino. Say ekobase de bi Morocco fo ntimi anye trophy bia.
Paso amaso.
History be number 3 there for mo stadium ne other sporting facilities o maye no.
We so free hakuru mu abia na betting.
Omokwaje recent FIFA Under 20 World Cup no. You could clearly see the jubilation.
Yes.
But your competition. African Cup of Nations 2 say Africa won out this one. You need to win the Cup of Nations. Period ya Morocco for me. Clementino. Countries o drew sa stage the pain. At least at a point o make a case. Cameroon wa can. When they went to the World Cup in 1990. Now we could do semi-final no. Yes, they brought in new players at the 1994 World Cup, even though Roger Miller could be, but that time, now Roger Miller said the normal Diego. 1998, Cup of Nations born was in Burkina Faso. 1990 Burkina Faso. Omo we need there, but on the continent they were the best side. And eventually they were the first African team even to qualify for the 1988 World Cup. And the 2000 Clementino Oyerepa Cup of Nations. It was at their peak they won the Cup of Nations. My member Nigeria from 1990, 1994. Nigeria 1994 was the best performing African country at the World Cup. USA. Omo ya dey African country bia. Until Italy you omo film with 10 players. Roberto Baggio go now share na Nigeria film no. 1994 Nigeria Cup of Nations with Tunisia. They would have won it in 1996 Kombeje. Enya ba no wunya ya ka Nigeria beje. It's Nigeria also at their peak and 96. Omo mo born 94 no. Majority of them they covered the Olympic Games 1996 in Atlanta. Almost Argentina in the final after eliminating Brazil in the semi-final. Egypt the same thing. Ghana so at our peak. Yanya we kura na ball final mark ba kumienu miensabi. And he ent me anye trophy. Cote d'Ivoire they buy eventually 2015 they won the Cup of Nations because Cote d'Ivoire in fact from 2006 to 2015 normally Ghana boboso even though that period Egypt is more Cup of Nations but to show Cote d'Ivoire the kind of talent and no more ewa na Egypt kura ni bi sa stage na Morocco for adru say and they ka African country be pa na ya there by FIFA ranking no more first Omako World Cup, Omako semi-final. Untimi gasa we best wa Africa na untimi ni Cup of Nations. Ti Morocco de omo fa kwan bia so. ene CAF ko yeni bibia Morocco CAF ko yeni bibia Morocco ye bo FIFA World Cup qualifiers na country bi nya park mo so a Morocco ayese dansi ubes bo chase foundation wa ho abe ni nyina unya ntenam a unya hu se wasidan it's Morocco for person winning Cup of Nation but they are meeting a Cameroon team yes what they compare previous teams now kabaka say we there based on the quality of players no money form but in football ana abrabo no kra ye bo no Clementino untimi ntu ba bia wo free ba enkone the moment abe mexes ade no unhunu ba bia woko the spirit na Cameroon for was omuta yi host nation for free mu no and the be hanti Morocco for sa just imagine see a ball game na Cameroon match first goal e dey be so Morocco
pressure
hono best atiaka ka it dey na CEO ade no mukoye kodubu afoni bi na asem ya to ye 84 de no 2008 Ghana host to Cup of Nation Cameroon for ya na yi film omo de ye Nigeria for 2000 to say we player and now we even supporter now stadium yes it's Cameroon baba ya one country we host nation abezo Cup of Nation na person obehia omo man no criticize it to decision to appoint a coach when time and no coach no is paying off at the Cup of Nation no ebi ko agi tumi yese wo ye ntema bia World Cup no komuko bi ntina nwumre game ni de
he
tino Eden se ka se nya de na ebo yes Brahim Diaz are finally fit at this Cup of Nation even though near to the standard I wouldn't say Brahim Diaz won but he has been very decisive in games I won't say Morocco Breno no afa kwan bi so anu akoshego on say the center of gravity no ana Eden or jibo na water form to ye wadu ne say wo twe na ana very difficult eti enanyumre Morocco ne Cameroon game no Clementino game waiting akọ extra time
samu
penalties dia Cameroon be Morocco afrim se game no e travel to penalties Cameroon be
extra na penalties dia
Cameroon be eliminate Morocco
okay
and they meeting promise us ade no Morocco chance of winning this game 90 minutes no anything apart from 90 minutes Cameroon be fair extra time Cameroon penalties Cameroon 90 minutes Morocco ntine Morocco air fight against a country or what the spirit of eliminating host nations at the Cup of Nation Mali ne Senegal na me hwe Mali team no kakra bi na omo team ni bad but Senegal look like a team they are on a mission over when Sudan game come far so Sudan share first goal betia Sudan share 3 goals no it looks like a team yes they won the last AFCON but they still believe say some do Omaneka
oh dear
say nyame wa dom na Omaya wo from generation bi pie na Clementino so man timi anye trophies especially in football ma wani anye a omo betwemo nkai omo da yetia na ene ya ye kasai people even believe say team na dey Ghana dey can qualify dey call World Cup players no mo da omo koye no mo da musunku chen player bi a wa she Blaster JC but penny coffee team dey call 1992 Cup of Nation was Senegal na bisa won say omo dey qualify for World Cup 2006 no dodo say eno betimi ewura say team nim dodo say eno betimi ewura say team no e bia yakọ akire kesia ba esen do baba esen baba o I think so
ebayiro
esen baba
okọ veteran na chi o
ya esen baba esen betu abra yes obetu no ena Steven Apia ne Odate Lamte ebe dia ma Apia
da Apia team to Odate sata Odate no
tena make
sata Odate no
ba esen do baba
na France Beku say he's like a diamond
esen do baba edi kamati we kwa ya achini no ahwe ne program
there we ko de buy
sana Senegal for ne de na ye they feel say it's time to dominate African football. O se sa tournament ni number 3 papa. Ni en shede
6 de na.
O tu ni en shede ni number 3 papa. Ana refi. Ni en shede ni number 3.
Ontimi asare.
So ne meche no. Enti Sadio Mane mo, Kalidou Koulibaly mo, they feel say they need to reward Senegal. Yes, Omaje trophy ni bi, but they need to do more. Eno ne ma misro mama line. The kind of any bra Senegal for ne de bobo no. Me hu Sadio no Tunisia for no me mali boy ni mo. And their front line. Enya African kwa wu. Ebetimi atorment any country e was asase so.
Mani mu ho no.
Hwe. India ye wo Everton. Ismail Assar wo Crystal Palace. Sadio Mane is a superstar.
But an experience name.
Forget about Nicholas Jackson. Chances of best no. But we a defender now attacking Nicholas Jackson. Baby, you have say my break. Because on my break when who defend against him. It is this Senegal team against Mali. On say sometimes yeah na yeah blacks yeah 22 for the share one games near very close. But the journey of the Mali national team no. Clementino one we be win there.
I have come you know.
Acha say game best start 4
yes.
Nti Yankee kan kwa 4:45 acha o de 4:50 first half. Na second half aba. Acha emo 6 there. Na Mali free stadium a no mo fa kon be first so asisho mo back. E de akoba mako. O mo be ko mo club so be ko. Nti ene 2 games no mo bono. Senegal to win over Mali. Makajo say Cameroon and Morocco game in the day. So Morocco and me win 90 minutes now.
A call extra na
extra time and as a penalty sir.
Cameroon.
Cameroon benya qualification to the semi-final.
Okay. But I say striker Oboyejibu at the end I drew 11 a.m. Still on today's post. You sorry prem to bre. Danger.
Papa.
Obe suwe na
bia asem de.
Okay. Chatu ma yenko.
Kama. Asem ni ho.
Trading.
Let say no ano.
Trading.
Yeah. Yeah kwa no. Let say. Nti no ene yenye ni say ye di free na odo safo.
Sibosro.
Na afi no. Ye de de keke ka ho no so. Enso e de be kan we
fa mame mo we mienu bi so ho na so lo fa no ntum mame na ehia me pass asam na waka no kokofo fi say situation a bekum chance wo mse India so mpam ayi bodu but ye ba beti de oka ye ba twiase a ye ka eno an ye twiase tete e ka ye bidie ne body tire no a ne de frade maye no nti obi ankope ka chako two pace ne man se pipe fita 0246 864-798 na niema etumi aye kama power specialist herbal hospital yade be na tete wo fa ko ohenra ko so do yawo na 2026 wonko emfa emanfati liver ulcer prostate kidney stone SK na yede nyina ede aba 0244544422 na no so asa ede amount phone no obetuma nya bie kura EBA phones and accessories wasifa Ghana card sesi bra ajekum building ewadum bra beje iPhone SR wo de etene Ghana to ho sesi na do Ghana card ka ho aje na bako mo pe iPhone 13 no fa 1800 Ghana eto ho with your Ghana card and also ye de ma ebra won sia awo se bia e circles American Mall TikTok lane adjacent modern photos e wakra 0200689170 na enyama aye kama danger I mean to this time. Yes.
Yes, Abdul
Fantastic.
Okay, anyway. Samuel Boadu's job is safe. We are reshaping and rebuilding our squad. We are not winning because key players left. Nano Dosafo assures.
teams are about league more coalition. We do just count. What do you think? And so a season. That's what you manage players. And they got to acquire the players. Ediamaji Melcha, Omoji goalkeeper, Gregory, Kotoko Genedie, Bidiama Genedie, Samantha Genedie. The players scattered all over. And I feel that the new boys have been more or more. But new boys, the end of the first round, these boys are going to be super. Where the last me and friend, I'm America, I'm friend. I'm say you should not worry because we know what's going on. Your man new taxa or boys in the boom. Where do you get coach also about it in Kuala? And you know, there's no way we are going to stand somewhere we do. And the contract will not force obey extend there. We will extend it. Of course, we extend there, and that's what we.
And you know,
also more there.
Baby koye for GB, Ediana GB, we GB.
Chelsea no so about for the women de bia afibia omoye.
But afidie de team room.
Afibia omoye akasek for ko.
I say afidie de team room. Enti de sisi omo ye ne say omo air shape team no. No masa rebuild. So ho, ni nim no de hin na bakane na say reshaping and rebuilding. Say so no boy kakra ma ya say bia on say we
do we asan wa shape na so shape we asan wa build. Say
solo na shaping it back in the process of the building. On say we building now we shishishini into their into any maminya say they are rebuilding and reshaping. Into no mo shisha no na mo ye into say Chelsea and relegation kwa dia next season mu ho kono yebehu omu yie o si board contract intact just no board na no eso no ka so onye bi mu dia offer say abrochira ka me ka shire o say ye ka say fa wo ho a hwe wo ye bi we di ye nti
o samu
omo tata mama assurance say ya wo omo be kakasa no resources say ka bi pa ogro ho a wo na wo kro no enti na just say enzo so no now offer Julius Ben Enuma start work on Monday as the new House MD. Delali Anku Adiame sacked.
Oh, sack mo. We are na year so money na to aso ba for na de sack ba. Ana ba so me sanete. Na year so.
Over.
Na ana wo contract so pebiem.
No mai na say man no pay. Papa no mai ni to say akunya.
But esu wie na ye no an to aso dia ya na.
Mo yi na di na mo mbe so be into there konko hon man na nkwa sa ase wo tam no ya na we ja wo kan na wo ko. Nji sia de competition manager e Ghana Football Association on na say de
MD
on na take over nti Monday na danfo bi frɛ me say na ni age say na ono so na danfo anya adwuma be ye wo House of Folk on check crowd frɛ me aye bon koma o say ni age adwuma kese pa da house anu but almost he has been working behind the scene for some time now or Bob Trinity normal etutu normal here say normal betu matoto ye eni ade obi onim no eni me kasa ye mbakon ka shem say he believes in it, trust the guy, he believe the guy is competent enough to do the House of Folk job. Dinofa he said me say obed no ne zakito no ba any
ya mo share expectation kakra ho na dey na wo ho mo ba no
I think it's something that need a thorough discussion
and then me yenti say o mbe ko kakra
and so I mean for we plan chat was na be ya emre bebam bebe na o matimi anya etimi nya mre na ye nyina yetimi atacharge me kra no o mo mekonya no a me so me de kakra enso ebe wo mu kakra ne ade Benjamin Asari is House of Folk number 1. He is fully fit. Give him his number 1 position. Technical advisor to House Board. Coach Abubakar Ouattara joins the voices for Asari to take his position over from Agbeshi.
I can't accept it. Ghana number 1, the captain of House of Folk. It just Asari Bar. As we don't keep it down the money. That's the point. No Germany. One by a minute goalkeeper, prior 6 months. A Kofa goalkeeper be by. Goalkeeper be back. No. Ain't normal. Ain't you Real Madrid to go to a pry. We be there. We call Champions League final. Or buy no. We taking post. And now we to be better say what I can say me on pay agbesi asem. No asem. But the day agbesi surgery no. Me say we be on me watara. Me hospital. Can no pry. No has player. The pakron we call me fee. Mko hospital koye message minimum journée ma minimum me busu afọ gina home me has no bia ni ho nko obi ntimi ko tena baby say mpa asare na baby asare agbesi ne andususu Accra Lions goalkeeper that's my 3 major goalkeepers na nkamifa andususu joani oko medufa ahaye kan kre emfa bibiansi yare na obi atiki ha ba manja no ebe obeka chere mpa from waba you both 4 matches asare ni no blaster or buy automatic I stop
over a year automatic or say I can't take it as the technical advisor to the board of House of Folk. I Coach Watara I can't take it.
I said no so na zazenka Alice na praba na Madad Valley them oh we too intent
or say I can't take it
we yenko na nzania bu
or say I can't take it just say I say oh I'm here obetima recommendation ye nyigo keeper stay na radio didi kra no technical obetima
basanya wake up on kofodo mani hwa di agweji no so ye no so we de na ono so
so say dem ono so ne yenhye no nye say di asala odem ne yenhye na agbesi abaye bibi fufuo bi a abuso agbesi has shown say we a good goalkeeper
bia goalkeeper no hwe nyema bebre
ofa ye de kra ya tie and say asare ni sika na ye de ma no o say has sign for 1 year no we 9,000 and na has decided say omo de 1 year sa aka no ho and actually has signed 1 more year county akwa 3 years until a jump from 9,000 echo 18,000 na say a double no na omo mutu aka no ye say asare ko korea ya oba no oba e no then pakona ko 9,000 pe na ato asare account mu na asare call secretariat no wan fa nche wo mo e de mpanifo si nsuo bro wa se bro nka so pampam me ene wo tb ye wo mo yie pa na has focus wo decide say ade na fair discipline ni de omo makwan ma enye enyi wo team nim enti no say wo ya wo number 1
discipline be about goalkeepers number 1 there so even the okay na mediginal so say say ya manage ne ne kasa
and now we are number 1 na say bi also beat you can no mistake na bana babu obi ade ase ne say number 1 ene onye number 1
o say affect you no
yes asumboko mu
kasa ebele ayi de ya na ayi abro de ya boy amoy
on say abro say no de ye tete say no kra say ye training ne bia prayer say wo twa wo say wo ye
pa na okoka
na okoka na wasi na sumu eno kwa le say no abro ne kotwa no
abro ne kotwa
amu no
ana amu no na amu na kase ye den bredo akwaze denta mu du twa no na 100 ama won ni say jai o press ma to
mekai emebi as good player bi kotwa Shaibu Yakubu nka kofu kukuno se masa akwa na ono ye pass man obotum man a ye DJ winning bonus no ukopira no na hwan na nkobo man enti ano de esi wo ba bia star players de masa wo twitwetwa mo fofa ohun se na de city na sai so wam na watu ni sam na wo jafo
oso mu manage ye ma o ye no mu manage team ni ya de ne dura bi nyina out report wa mse woni kamera ne da na wa camp da no na so ya action
eno Zakito so beti ta na Zakito tata na eri ade musalem obumse so
Ethiopia
musalem tata na eri ade oh musalem kofi so na
ko de posu ka tututu anga wi aso be popo ka obi ada be popo ti no de
musalem kamera onu wa kwanu hu da kunyabu da hodo mu a wo fan se wo fo so ada o beti ta what in any
we na ko fa manager bra was me nko okay
na manager no statement no issue and na no dey o
ya train na ye we because mo dey no na say kan but me ko sia ono currently ma me nka say governor konso awro no ho ye train
wa fi yi na bedu
former ono kwa na last say ni dey
say oko outside o fi outside
South Africa I think I see no but bueno wa bro say Unistar Academy, Din International, Mediama, Sahel Mediama. ana making medium Sahel Sporting Club Simba Simba okay good South African so Royal AM home and Sahel Sport Club Lupopo and oneebomuno aha political Polachi young Africans wabre yes no ba do na senior let's just say Jenny bon na uni na ye na ngam de na to so Godfrey Nyako aha ene ono so ho ena okay
na me feel this say kotoko na no mfa me feel da ba ku fi nations mi boa am say
Prince Bedu
am say obini ki face an kwa no gina mu ka
wana sabu fi say through si pe ntwa no open agu
I said na zito say ya kasum no I said born is han ho so born no mfa born is han ho say
fortune mental so ene ono so say what ya mental
na nimu ho de omo hwe ho
asifom o say
of you omo yam
animu one dey ade no that boy Elvis ade no do finish je eba no okay dia akwa dey no say asante person ko ba street ba boy no ene mu nkomodi na person professor nko mu nkotu akakra
ni team no
ho na aso mu gina but say wo yi kakra ho akomia
over
akwaba
mejo sofa
yes ameka ni membu ya no
wa kamati anya wa kamaya di ba to kamati me da asante kotoko sa player wa kwani na bi wa ba ya fa no emu asante kotoko in recent years
samum
mintimi fuma ni pinpoint ba ko a oba ya wa ye exceptional performance bi wa asante kotoko maybe we ka kwa me poku ba kwa poku no supporters and kotoko na management no they have their own issue with him me prefer say nya queen Godfrey nya queen ni ho ahon
Africa na ekone na all form
I think I'm because what one na ma wa ba no I tell say most of them ko na no mo ba omo ba omo ntimi ensan re kan do omo career no they come with a whole lot of issues sometimes they come to Asante Kotoko and bring a whole lot of problems e do omo san you know money ye no mo van hwe of all the no kan so betimi hwe Kotoko from all these years sasa players on call abusho mo bayi e mu hwan wa ba wa standard performance or just look at you see unya bebre you know me da ka me hwe omo system nim na say if akwanya wo a the obo league ni bi na we establishing what the team we know so Kotoko that's what Kotoko is noted for won akofa no ezere badu ya akofa no free ya bayi nations me hwe badu no nations against I think House of Folk and now me heard game to say yes this boy a hard player or a hard tackler or energy or cover a lot of space so offer such a player I'm cool with that baba hu no ko ni aboti mu lollipop ho ahwan bebrebe ni aye na ya profile ngwa kakraka bi oba training ground I will show glimpses ka bia ni assign no o sign wi a ebedu ade no so bo injury bi yi nti I don't know injury I know ahwan obehu na be bia maso amfanye
say nti na omunye ni straight I just obe training me here no
entina me say o ma ye o be train me ahwe train me ko le say mayi
samum
bebre over me hu bi me ka mania me hu bi that's the say guy tachima boy ya oba kama ya okọ ya osan ba ya o san na o play no because ya play na ya yi on ko fence yi shafiu ona bia oba o ma sam extraordinary performance akra pro to so obekọ no ba okọ ya ko osan ba ya no aya sebe okay ana ya kana ha no Godfrey Nyaku mi ka mania min kai Godfrey Nyaku bia na Ghana football ya de ngon bia wo
ba me me kind pa
what does it
all me
so the comment now tackle do kind of commentary team sheet so
okọ obi ma so na me
follow extraordinary performance pa me dem player bia almost stand out me ti bia che you see the point because the Nyaku tere no hwem fa just say ye to na so no be ka kire say no omonia bia o ma hu mistake omo ye no the last you don't nya bia o be ka ya enche kra be na o twemi no se me say yegodi bro nya ya no be yes statement no e to ho say sa wholesale ya pam wholesale ya fa no a better thing of the past is o ma dio money enti o be fa kra mo fa players be me ensa abro so ani nan bi so kai e ti sa no mo kan ye no e de hwe o mo
sanya general ne kan wa fa ba ko friends be
ai Say nya chenchenache. Say bia obi wa kofa na bana obi ho ya. Man want opportunity to play. Na yenhwe. I am not against him Prince Nyako Godfrey Nyako oye good. But Godfrey Nyako all add to the numbers is what I'm talking about. But just all that say. So bana or my excellent performance e be bona baso. Nti me catch omo. Coach Watara ene o deserve me praise. O deserve me praise over. And now me lengthy discussions or House of Folk. Menim panifo kasai. In the program kasai be technical team members of House of Folk.
Reason behind goalkeeper Nadia.
Over because Mentiasie and I mean the House of Folk area. Obo mo chere say football no no you be able for chere you so say you.
Confusion myself on commission ya abem.
Number 1 and number 1. In the first place, who is the number 1 goalkeeper? Watara Cross and top now, he's the captain of the team. If you say you're offer, you say all men are equal, but you know equal sao. Wait, and you know who Fabi, and then the day, I want to do it because no blaster score.
A performance.
And the Ghana goalkeeper, local goalkeeper is Ghana's number 1.
Mama Atizigi
me one home na at bench. Akoda wake up at bench. You call Korea na no akoti Korea ni penalty. Nina add to the cap. Of course. Korea ko.
Oje fanzo, let's listen to you.
Yeah buy did the man ni take him to the.
Say ba nyansi e buy na free prem no wo ba. E no bi so abehye wanan. Ono so ye bi.
That's the to provide produce or document or mediama. So why do you put it on the bench and on your fitter?
Oh, Simon.
Why do you put it on the bench? The moment is fit, and you're straight, and there's all that.
I mean, and we heard him to us about
the moment or your fit with match bench, or your face over the goal, because I was what I not me, I told you about them.
Coffee up against a danger.
Communication manager or House of Folk explaining the entire sorry, though within bar. Team sheet so
okay.
Now so
one
nano.
Okay.
Or say on the eve of the match no. And on the yamuka no.
Oh okay.
And I say now I say organic. Until no. I say send our running no. Until me and family that until just say we say baby more sans money transfer baby a sakana. With my Russia.
And you don't know yadi now can
against me dem ya.
Doesn't go over dana. Based on the okay there. And the Yama can into Nama went to man.
Or me dem wa ankasa na say you no team sheet so. Now so or what na stand.
Let me tell you. Okay. Let me tell you. House of Folk. From Accra to Mediama. Na omu say event say Asare El Kotra bench.
Oh, Samu.
Me say, many House of Folk top men, including a technical team member, on the phone, and I make us with you. No, me come with me that room. If the player go to Mediama, and the company say yes, or run it. Over the two things, either say, player no, you're happy with Sokotra bench, and no can say, or run it, and I say, no, no, or run it. Bafo.
And I said, no, dear, me.
Because the goalkeeper knew, say,
why do you knew?
The one top he's number 1. He's the club captain.
And on them through on the bow. Every goalkeeper trainer, technical, you know.
But I didn't goalkeeper trainer.
And through. I'm saying, oh, you are number 1, but
it must happen. It must happen.
There is a person to decide.
Play the ball, you are on one. So we free send home torn. And don't put him on the bench.
Obi who to be told near Kakanga.
So I didn't meet him on any here. No, because say we are casting you are equal, but you are not equal like that. He is the club captain. Ghana's number 1.
When the original coach in a small
I'm at any point in time, you better play a national team. Or Bala use that catch or say, player no priority.
Point blank.
Yeah, no negotiation. The House of Folk Kanga team no air no enye
We didn't like use a catch the coach Bizamasa Aquano Abbas fan startable.
Me say okay go be answer
go catch the
but for okay Eric Ajiman
we got your palm front
fantastic
or palm front if you know say hey Manembo.
Me say Bobby answer. That time Eric
When see a tone at the Abano was through. We run national team. I can't cremini a tone. What number bench? Never Benyas carry to your more mechanical. Into the open class, a cat and say, Nyabutrekaka. Discuss some morning. We no be a drew.
And quite
bano. Me and one and tone. It should be a team and a mom
of America of our technical team Yama Agbesi. Eh? Say, Bibi went to a went team. Agbesi mean Asaris number 1. Agbesi mean say die because Asare Echo national team. And another so very can. And even Agbesi ya Asare. She shall want this size of the thing. And even Agbesi ya one more Asare. Asare was in the post Yenshano. Mr. Asare only lost of Tantiko Toko to a penalty goal. Now me question to my bar. Me ba na say no be
Abranti wa uncover kapa on fancho na busu yaso fancho.
On top of it, House of Folk stand to benefit. Asare than any other player and they from a national team. You know, FIFA per doma no. Per matches are obo and ehwe etwa ho skadmon. I guess you from out here and then me fancy afra gbesi. Na ya Asare ankwa. Sika ebi anka Asare ko erebe ma no. The same thing I'm going to do ma erebe no. No. Asare occupy a lot of matches from qualifiers to this time. And some you kwa wake up no your friend no and the FIFA dey ma. Say House of Folk take team no any management no. I'm happy no man no eba ebia dia ma me madamfo ebia onya press with a lot of happenings in football and because the management entrance in Masanimo Yenkoso.
Okay.
At the domu you know it is unfair to the player. It doesn't show respect to the player. It is disrespectful. I don't get say Asare no. In other words, Asare ana besigo award da no. Agbesi na say no mo kroma.
Na wura ho no mo say dent no mo yesade no.
Omo ni reasons. Just personal issues be. Omo ni reasons.
I didn't get serious.
They have no reasons. The moment Asare ho turn our buy, they have no reason putting him on the bench. So I deputize Obi. What I say? Buy so could straight.
Okay.
To the post. Until Sababeda na Emfa. Now we change. And they go and ask us for who is the first goalkeeper. Number 1 goalkeeper. They will tell you it's Asare. And you know, military say the technical team headed by Didi Dramani, you know, they should be careful. Our some of the decisions are Muteki. And then there will be a more here. What I say? And the management must come in to tell the coach point blank straight in the face. Say has lose. I go sit down and say Karash show 2-0. Karash has 2-0. I go sit them. I want Tamale.
Management no me okay na. I don't know omoye.
Who management no omo said down course of the thought of na all recovered until the media no. Pick it the media pick as way. Because the media understand say the football echo.
Okay.
And now guys House of Folk can get him and our management team is Sunday football echo. The player was straight and he must be given the chance to keep the post. As someone be saying, "Mama catch your man now." I repeat. Say, "Omo cost money. I better catch Omo."
Okay.
Say the Omo, you know, they are not helping Omo club, no.
But I say,
and the player himself, player deserve to play to keep the post until they don't work up.
Okay.
See, about work up we offer. And now, Omo take decisions that failure. Say ne yena, and we tournament we any yeah,
Martin.
But they go there. In other words, and no man commend this Obed for handles as him. And the ginger me no man charge am dem
ko bi o ko patu fama na men ko for cra. But I say akomia say
metam na san
why say o head say wa chiche.
Ono you ka sa akon ujami on joya da.
Akomia say chi. If I for actually now so we hear EBA for the accessories. Oh, we had a number no that room. Our number is 0200 689 170 0200 689 175. Number see me no and the EBA phones when we are doing in kind no mede ama won Ozikani Richie was Zakito have really won my heart. I really can't stop listening to him. Okay, and a poetry. Yeah, the amount of Virgin Champions and so everything from Boise. Say,
over.
I'm saying the audience trading.
Say, oh, Hona, Oshata, Diana, the no bend down boutique, 2 CD, and oh, Washano. And once wash shed, dear, while Kwama.
Yeah, Michelle, any bend down boutique 2 CD,
2 CD, good. Maybe I want me kaftan top and down, bear 500 CDs. Emu then ubi ensa won or they be hage wa be man ho kwan.
2 CD there no.
2 CD there be man ho kwan.
Ba kaftan there. And if I me twema kra.
See, you cool my one, you may be a wa.
But because 2 CD there so need the whole.
But the value. So what I said the value. So why nipa krona? What are the 2 CD? Yes, na. And how Bao said the 500 obey careful kakra. Over your crew man, you may be a day, yen you may be a fesse, a homaswan, a scaban in Semono, a homaswa, Casa.
What's here no and also they Ellen can
they cast
okay. I can't.
Sarcasm. Is a delay to
people as a nation trimo.
Is a delay to free system over. Obia, Sicaba, and your master. And then the money had to say. As a sikan na twi usuban sikan ntwi usuban ma wo ye won sika bi ofa wunya baby a wo first wontimi nko ho biem enya homaso sana nhye ne tie sana abrabo de tie first e bia na wo tompa bo 10 cedi sika ba ho a ofa wo ko ni se mpa bo 10 cedi emfata obi obeto de wo soro eno nkire se wa ye dwe enti de ono tompa bo 10 cedi no siara as o na say umba o meba o say abranti o nya eske he wa edwe there is akasa no na wo kura no usika kosura on fa mpaboa 10 cedi biem wa o ton mpaboa sa mpaboa 10 cedi on fa 10 cedi biem kwa kese dey start e dey akọ banks ne companies akese no akoton am o nti wo tete customers no unya ska be jo mo ho enti sa dia na all over player called blasters ba na nioma kakraba ne nsam na ne nioma 1-2 bi sesape na ebi ma bɔ ne ho pɔ ene wa ye dwe ene ahomaso oba no kure hu no masa wa na ebe wiase ye hu no wo ya wo ba wiase na o
tanyin no bi nya bi da abofra de nyina ya bi da
that statement that mentality should be deleted abrabɔ no obia nyame to nsam a obi bia be sesa first now you su car ketwa nti enre bia utofu obi aguma hawo ukoto car ne boarding ni e ka to se car we ne de ni fuel pump se a e car bobo no so a untofu oba se bia ngumu biem sana brabo ne tie na se ba ku bia mete ye na akwan ko nya eska se ni fi ho we camera so de abbo ni fi ho enti onya eska no na wa bia ne plan to se obi awuram se na first obi awuram no na ba twi to si no so ano ye de
no nya sam no
enti camera eska ka ni pande bo ni fi ho ko 40 ne ba wuri se wa ye dwe and onya eska ni so ba asesa
kana de PhD na ko bo na no
yen free etilim
yen PhD ne ya pulling down
na the sad ya na ye players local players na ko blasters na chedodo. For instance, first no all bano. Not the value ever form. Say the value cost to no better table one. Oh my own can be bien good so sa. And to no better negotiation table no chimka krebi or sorry kwesi mafia. The bomb timano akwesi mafia no he so better table he send why
as watch chichen ho chire
na sa the picture bi by na asumade she no ko he comment an ko fo dwuru ase is was start she asumade we nipa is time o Olympics no abona so dada
ba wan fan shim kakraba yi na so ne bode no abobat
bo se no me bo de ya just ehu hia just obi hu ahi for no proper reason na nipa no ye na hi keke Senko nyaaya akademia otrotro na utim na atenemu na kwasa yes oba so is aside so yusuka eno kura keketimu hu ye obi hwan etutum internally no eturu say ya no mo mabubo ato onyina pese omu miawo ye nya ne sa
but the who say management bi ye adwuma yes anyema we yo ana me boa Kapi
me say asare nka
see who's a management here adwuma e nyema we they had odana mo tra mo sade obedu sabre
e ni has koko ba ko e asare kasabri kese companies akese e wo Ghana qualify for World Cup ka companies akese wo akra no there must be an agenda say locally sabre a obake sem no kasare should be an obake abazada keni abre pa e wona say nke free ni e project no enturu baby offer ye gitum say abrabo ne turu baby obi wanim chen o no ahwe ya wonya obutre di say nipa na chi a na okwa na nimu a e kwan na esa na wo twa no wo be faso aduru hontem
yeah
the stories are yet to free house no it's so annoying you remember asare no so de no but in your money be wo ha a pure hatred the longer term a disadvantage to heart of folk money at the asare no as you to kwen bi ko so na beto from na ne din wo so no call blaster and when ya lako na say Kasi Mengo Fred local based players or the omoko South Africa one for asare ya boni jam o be kire so asare de ono osoro da dentino ye try we man had the heart of folk fan must be ready to defend asare at any point in time. E mo obi meka se omu nyina ye players ye tu omka da bi obi ye play tu an kabati o bre bi wo ha we bre na so ye mani didi ne bre ho asare must be back. Of asare qualify Ghana I call World Cup ye nyina say ka house of folk o mani abre a omu goalkeeping department no komu mboka kakra wo ho nama anytime bi asare be call national team go no obeda no anya die mo obi meka se ensesa na ye nyina ka we mo nye no na mo amo twe na sai in the name of wepra
sabo kan na agbeshi su ba ya ono so so e fa
wo fa agbeshi no wo ho ba ye nka nkyere house for no sa minim de oka adsem na to mutrim se agbesi so no dem obenya blasters ako he masa
na sa chance
sa komono
se no de mo
seven him go a Felicite ya da o mediama
wo nya call up na
wo nya call up e mo bi anya mistake da say na ye fret 3 best local goalkeepers na so we ya sare afiri ma agbesi ba bishim he is not coming in enti gambling no mo ye offer 2 major benefits for us na captain sika fifa atwa to ha se kra de moma dibida nti ye pede se na ni bre ho a mo a ebi abechemo ni ade no mefa ne se abodi akeka ha se de ma dibi wa free ba ne ho you enjoy from a free ba ne going to the World Cup and a free ko and apart from FIFA scan mo sa aton no na say players men na ha se ton ba free nya blasters ko en mo ton ni jiska enti asare nya blasters akwa one away from the FIFA money. Afa, and no make us a Ghana kobo Germany. Ghana ne Germany. Stuttgart. Platform ben a switching say. See a ton player. Platform ben. Over. So the obono kura wie. Na so enya World Cup ne kura nkwa. Sa video ne nkwa keke. A Ghanaian based player. As a Blasters Jesse. Aye sorta. Wo yi bi o Stuttgart abonten so CV ben ne agent ben na wuntimi fa nhyem nkoton abranti na saa de we mo de to tata na ji so bi ne fira abonten be ka kire mo
as management na djuma wo mo
ba sare so yen kan che no ma ne nsem nyemre
o masa papa ye no
oh
Kapi enu de ebi koba ebi ko o sin bi mo koba bo so atoto nyema odi ya and
o no so no course mi ba se
why you show more when so e kan ho
se na sa akoto oja no so be ti bi ba se ase nsachi mu kakra onti ye be sra sare se odi oba
omiem kakra
onye keshi kakra we intena
ya
eno wo ho ye di ka omom so ahoma so sem ha but wo de edu ba bi ade na ne kakra bi na betimi de wini akoma kakra na aboa because of our stadium central for no kra na omom pass em omom pen asem na ye no dodo na ayo mani because onna ne wonsem nti ese wona ne abrabo no fa obi a wonim the act of making man be hu se sikana oje a enye ni nyina na ye odia
okay
every businessman be anim ye papa tisuru we say ebi adakro ho a bo nse na ye nuanu mpanifo ni bi aba omo ba ye nka o plan ho but obechia be so obi draw no na de to of am ba what I say okodwemu a ye maame fo yi we dwahema eyi body hema abanti hema no wo mu ni mama mre no nti busumi bia no omoje body omoje dom de akokɔ key quarters
yes
tie bia police
impenifo
police impenifo no de akɔ hɔ sɛ ne da achi bi ni sɛ wo akɔfa body na ofiri kwa mu ba na se yegina wo a o frɛ body hema obetumi afrɛ police ni panyini sɛ men kwala ni bi di body afiri tachiman ba o magina ni frɛ bi
boa na mame
enti yen hyehyɛ yen tron to krata so ba ɛsɛ wo hu
di mame ni bi
yes enti ntos hema wo ntos a bosome so a ye jeje edi kokɔ kompanifo atitiru wo mo doorstep enu nti na bato oba so a yes e bia cement factory producers o ma ko donate scam MPP o ma ko donate am NDC enken kom nhyehyɛ but ɛyɛ nneɔma yɛyɛ ɛyɛ nti asare wo ba
wo de bɔkwan bi ato baabi
ba entwɛn obi nka nkyerɛ wo eso wo sɛ wo kɔɛ na wonya $150,000 a ɛnyɛ ni nyina na ɛyɛ wo dia ɛsɛ sɛ ha steam na nkasa no wo ba no bɛ 500 bi deɛ wo bɛ nane what you say wo bɛ nane boys ne 3 months na salary ba
na ka yɛ local place bi mo kɔbɔ mo yɛ saa nyema no
ɛsɛ wo na
ayo lo sika ne bɛba na wo bɛto tɔnyema kra ya ɛyɛ
yes na ne bi na penifo wana ne bi enti ɛso wo sɛ ne nyina so na ne wanya ne saa ofa
whatever ho so we ni atire die
no mo sɛ wo de go perfume heavy e bia perfume kra ko Jordan de lima o what you say tu ko ne bia Jordan ma perfume bia wo yusu wo ba ye bia coach perfume say watch bi na player bi o Blasters camp why man wa yemba mbe bon family na training grounds e wo so nsa e so ba ye bia MD nisumi die nie supporters mpanimfo a de bia omo kon tintin ha serial callers a omo frɛ radio so no ka ba credit bi abe 500 series bi de am omo panyini so o de distribute mo omo sa no aka chom so kɛse na ba
yes
enti mumbo jam na kɛse na ba radio ba na ɛhyɛ ho sa de over omno benya issue
okay
bibi ko so nation
just a minute na me fa nko ehonia ho
nation send your moton players no on say kofoko ediana
okay Prince Bedu Abakotoko
Simpson eko
in Finland no
Chawete ko yes Chawete ko
Emmanuel announce what say ko Moldova
yes romo
ye na ehu
amo ya ma adwuma na ye de ama Frimpong
so
on ton sa players we mu ena omo nsa nya bi nhye mu so over ase omo di bi nhye mu na ya bi esere mu see Asante region teams ne ndoso so watch the Ghana Premier League we dwen say wo the year second round 17 matches and over ebi wo mu
yeah
into wo di agora wa hwe na abeti afa so nti e be sere omo say nations this season the league jenim ba send your more tonton no center back pair mienu ayi Simpson ene Okofo wa ton no Prince Bedu no gino mani wa ton mo eni mo Emmanuel no Chawete wo ton mo fa goes no efiri fa na
be hadwen
nti omo hwe no mo nka ho
me da se Obed na engineer we ne prempe engineer Ampakosa and engineer Victor engineer Eric Ampakosa tana so gesemene hono som mo nyina so kwa municipal hono mo wo a mo se anopei omo go so hwe ye nana kobena ntoa mensa nana mayencha wo obuase Zach
Tino
or say take him to your team if you love him so much of your group I don't know or say Agbeshi is a cat project so just being consistent in the heart post okay Baba Musa dia mamfa no Emma Isaac na wonfa no emra or say Obed unless you don't want to say the fact you can't select 3 top keepers in Ghana today without Agbeshi fact is a fact Baba Musa champion Duncan. Okay. Zach.
Tino.
You're great.
Tino. I think sir. Watara interview na disturbing. No disturbing.
Are
any proper ibiano. But you see, Chroma say we are not using any proper system in this country. That is a problem. We are not using any proper set away because this interview, any proper settings beyond you should be sacked fast.
Interview.
Now have you listened? What's any? Watara is to say me as no one man any team bia any team papa bia no one day any team papa bia you are technical advisor to the board. Then you come out team coach and team would you say the oil no ayo say enyo so say ayo say enyo I'm not even coming to the merit and demerit of the issues. Then you come out publicly saying say coach no okay now all he said is why did the money say hunu mi na wudi no he's publicly now calling out the coach say onim the oye but you watara mpacho team no are you closer to the team me still I mean call the merit of the issues in for me but I thought me saying say as my ka woni na you we chire BBS let me fa munya de jama na ka asem bi also me trust na pa ya ban sansa me trust na pa say a player to me sorry say there is problem with your salary then you get up no to walk to the secretariat and go and start threatening people. Who are you? Who are you? You see, sometimes you see, Yanshini, and now, Blast one in dear, your German Kofu is a Muru Kromazio. Oh, your blast out good plenty, and so what? Say, what cut your problem about Hona? They said the morning from Mount Eswatia. Oh, sorry, I'll just say I know Gareno, perfume, no tuka, rock the secretariat and start threatening people and talking anyhow to people. Because you are blast out goalkeeper. Number one, Abano. You see, if you are not careful, you see, Ebama, I said, in some of canoe, based on the way about for Kai. Now, man, you close say, be a coba and why arrogance a carbon because Minyas was a time and conquer and go back beside the way. Tino's was a tamanka on young Cobalazano, over my way. Town on young Coyanka on young Cobiano. No, what man had the gas to go there and do what he did. To me, don't Coba is almost of Rabinaba. You are some that's based on the way, let me see. When you are just increment, Abba, Ebia. Tata wonyenye eyini fanka ho enti no all giano and old one nako wonye say ntokwa but I say any normal person no go to the secretary no start your kontokwa maybe ye ko tiremu no say na ese mo de mame say na ese mutua onu so so ye no eject say da bi ekwan ya befa so obeka no no ba bufu aba o they also fast so o because mistake there ba wa ba I will come to the secretary say why na say o salary asema ba ho a obekwakoju ho what say I can't tell you be mente kodjon cheche mu ode be ma wo and the trigger the next line of action but I don't believe that sorry let's go for the fear o tu ni ka say o tu perfume o di fi blaster ba gu no ho tran de ka mo du ho no start here secretary o ka puru we adam sika I also doubt say I can't answer the obiano because he has renewed the contract until everybody will have a copy of the contract. Until there's no way I will believe. Say, new one. I'll call you. Obi, any day, they say, yes, I know. Ain't means it just understand. But whatever it is, you don't have to behave that way. Now, you see, Tino, let's set this record. Let's set this record straight. Blasters who senior blasters who and anybody's bear fight. Say blasters born. And anybody's bear fight. And you forgot any beer out born home then. But me try yen ma ko dem na and abay me. And untina started no on count. Entino they make their own team started no on count. Say local again started no he wasn't the local player goalkeeper who was there. So no. Sasare mnasare mo ayi akotokwa sare. Ara wona fi. Menim ni nyina. Ah, ntino. Enyo bia be fight as a Ghanaian. Ghanaians performing. I agree say you have to sometimes protect players based on where they've reached. But that protection comes with a bit for example, as my team, when I listen to the story about Takwa genuine he just said me kwatna bench that say and then me bench
and no make can no so bet my na say still
now the danger. Has were left with only normally keep our bench
after Agbishino dying.
Yes, normally keep our bench. Etino Sunday no Agbesinya problem afenanka ye be frɛ ayi asare se on simbra na on be dem emedem anase den eti ti o ke sa so ba we dia o so coach o be happy with you
o mu nyina obi amrem o asare na handle no hu yi na management no so emrem
ti no o se ti no ti asemo ti no ya se mi ebia o ba ye no ebia I'm just guessing I'm say oh waba after fringe ba na you see mama keeper mama de shile Allison fringe ba no the first game no ba no tra bench
Allison tra bench
you see we should
na so we are two no na nye
we should make it look like say who fringe ba like omu tum direct oh
but we are two around
the first bench ni
ene me kai ba ko
the first bench ni o the first akọ bench ni o
ene me de man
the first match akọ me no quarter bench ni the first time ni
okay
you understand
okay
so if you need ba what must they do ni say omuma o e be tra bench so
yeah
the next one then what take over but who there you don't want that bench no you disrespected the technical team by refusing to sit on the bench. Who are you? But ometra no obi a who so sorry ko toilet da
make us say we can wash dressing room ho say we wash dressing room
no the stand
and you want to know sorry ko
Some.
I say I started being in some yene. I started being in some yene.
But you see, you don't have to disrespect. So I said, and whether based on performance, Tino, based on the last bet 6, 7 Premier League games I have played, our Ghana say the best goalkeeper I see. So oh fano, the best goalkeeper we've seen performance there. Oh, he's the best goalkeeper in the league so far. In the last best,
okay.
I see. Oh, the.
I was here. I make it. Why? You mean that I be beaten? I am a cano. Yeah, you have to win. But ya won't you see
clean sheet. Clean sheet. Yeah, best goalkeeper.
See already house as a club.
Let's best goalkeeper. Clean sheet only baby.
Why then okay? Sorry Anna. Baby. Why then okay?
Sorry.
Clean sheet. Clean sheet.
Until 14 relegation for goalkeeper Okromasi. Who wasn't the best goalkeeper on the clean sheet on the door. But Sassi Nana or didn't think relegation. Agbesi was rather no we are seeing now he was on a bigger stage showing his talent remember I mean ko we are saying utie omo
computer in baka kranka hona me
utie omo take advice as mo okay ya o siki obe no kwa woto no Agbesi and okopra and as at that time based on has omo an share no my the first goalkeeper they were going to buy was Agbesi because he was the best goalkeeper. Yeah. Locally Garia.
I'm casa buona no club demand.
Ana okobo mfitebo no koprai. Everybody be ato nchen. But the making nan say as much as you want to they say you
remain number one.
Protect no. and so usuban
but I say
usho usuban ye
fire
na live life very well
ketu be na menko
dan lad na jawo ya na dan
lad e fa ne so
e fa ne so a kotokokobo abrankese dan lad se hombo na ese later ma Fred Kasai fi national team ba and e bi asa akosi wo ha it's nice na jawo e see how he communicate with the goalkeepers na jawo so e see no what menko na because dan lad Poitier Asare o kai abrankese kotokoni oli na afi na Poitier ntimi nkoda tini ese ma Asare free national team eba beda because dan lad so wonder o kai sa asem be deja and as I could house. So as a goalkeepers trainer, how do you communicate and manage your goalkeepers to avoid conflict?
Okay. Me da say papa kwasi papa ni here sika to petro. Na na kwasi dia no. You go.
Papa. Issue na trading so be raising from nations no. In fact, I understand that there's a planned demonstration against Dr. Kwame Chei by nations
from supporters.
Hey,
what was my uncle? What you visa?
Oh yes, so by the catcher can pick be back home. At least that information them. Say almost say almost supporters of the team. Senior Dr. Ja players no. Almost so ehunu na omo kakra enti on be so be demonstration
obey league no want man na ka team kwanga na azonkofo bi tu no fo
ofa
those say there
me pa cho ma send dia ma obia o ha bia enti be sam obia ko ni phone so
na won ga nje ntem
me pa cho enti si ana me ye ya na me enti be sam obia ko ni phone so na enti
ya ka shi
media ma kan enti me ka asem no na mo kan wi na enya but of a cash jaisa abroad manager official report kotoko to the GFE
ba ko tie ne ye yo say that official
we dey official enti krata na omode akono em say ma try say obi abenya bie
yes we
na enti
time no
na interesting akra claims no Zach Nia na say eba FA regulations na wata edi hu nkomo kire wa ha na se kire mu o se kotokofo de asema to abroso wa abra kotokofo mfa evidence bi amaye so ho omo de asema to abroso o se na zakeka ta say ato abroso enti the days ahead is going to be
na so agent and manager also find out ways so ko upus nyaka obeti because club no dey na adwen say yen nyema ye yen pese ye bebie nyema ni so ma club na affect yen nti de o ye nyina sa bi o ye kwakra no nti oduru ba mu ka say abro no nko back na nko mfa wo nka no no mu nyina ma ne enter table ho we abona e decide say nko fa wo mu
o se nkomodie akoso between one Mr. Akutu
say you Akutu na wakayo ya ni Akutu
e wo wasa between say ono say abro no an conclude omuhu ya na say kotoko say o ma terminate the employment agreement between kotoko ne abro no enti no emu nsem no anya akose idie chese afi no abaye public service in there na as a media speculations ne sa no mano kotoko na official om de om ka kire yese oma ye ba ne titi se om be ye afi di akonti no em sa fi akonya na da hodom ti de obi anim bia na de obi na omo e di aba na chese yetime ye ofa say if coach Abubakar Watara so oni has ye adwuma de a enye ne nkomo na okodi wo Top FM no se omo oni board no eni hu nkomo a
anwene ho asara wo
se oni omo ni hu nkomo e ma omo hu ni position ni stand en kire omo the ebia implications ni no ma wo ho a and na wako public say dia and me ni Azakito ya adwen say e worrying. In fact say we coach Didu Amani kra na you will not be comfortable. You will not be comfortable at all because hagin na impokra say wadi mpenifo na di hu nkomo kra na I still think nankesenka
because so when you butere na wutie interview na or say he cannot take it. So because I cannot take something na it's just an idea obetime entertain kra and we wa atlane goalkeepers or no Brenna no coach no person of our
the same keeper yazo ka ho
omunyina no we no osa akira we say on any day at any time number 1 ba we number 1 eno de nyina yagitum saa eno de nyina yagitum saa emre ni so asare on conducting ni huye kakra of course e kire din emi aso asore me no ye adwen say sika be di nipa nsemo a
ba anta kakra
e da ni true colors adi me pastor bi si e ba de sa na nye sika na amani pa no wa be yemfa ne say the word arrogant na say oye sa no o sa de ni wonimu na no woni
dada
ah wonimu e wo ho
okay
wo sa de no na woni de wo
na be boy e obi won so wonya wanye sa
na just say nipa kono no on ti sa no
okay
se obai
dudu ne de edomo ane ade na ehu dudu ne de sika ne omo ko
se ba wu a se e wo hu a sika ba wu e be bo mo da na di
be yin ho adi
so ata se ofa se o se e bia me ka kutu mi nya me sesam ba mi nya ho aka de so se mi titi
that's what tell me yes
so ata se na no me ni sam ko na atwi ni mu na utu se me bre so ata se ni no bebre o ha mi nya me undinya ba se kasam kam sam se se ya me ko workshop enti sa na akoye no enti enye se bia se on bat enti no o mo ne enye yi na o mo ti ha secretariat no o mo emma competency na adwuma kakra
secretariat
because se wo kotua obi ka asese wo ye sure se we say ni etua no we say ni etua men kotua ka nwie na ya ba asare onya enye no ya
me bo wa fa ni wa na ntua na the old one na etua na ono so ewa she wa na
se na make said it's at 9,000 and as say we akogina 18 nti aye double and ndakọ na okotua 9,000
akwa no ko na nim ene ne butumi fu
so obviously no say the active so no half so say
ba no kra to boss
nti am ko na o say mi twa ha so ma sa so wo be conduct wo ko no bi sam ye wo dem nya masa mun correct anomalies no na mo mama de nkoto say nyina bi ha itimi fu so ne ekokojo ho say achare ye hu deduction bi ani so ye onti bibia no be abo cheche mu obe cheche mu be be say bi kwa wo kwa na wan hwe ni ba so say agenti enti me fu say we num ni ade but as so has who ni say o ma hwe ya sa priapri we o ma hwe o mbe lose 2 players ni nyina sa say slot ameka sa o ma hwe mbe lose sa slot no
okay
because senior Zaki kan enye obi abẹ fright Ghana ni bi aso timi da bi mani yi and ye wo other goalkeepers am so bo modern
mate
to bo hwe no manage ni
yo me da say danger man sharp imbus post ni adro me so obi apebi no na ema system nya so ya nyare ansa ne anom eno nti ya de bi ha obi ano wadro ye sharp imbus 0246208496 awie bomodem na to for uptown foods ko pedi ani pedi unya kakra se de asare etie o court uptown foods what say yes obedi heavy amanya ma ye kama eno ne nyina ekodie eno nti Kumasi Shell filling station range one de no obenya bi wo ho Tana so Patapa junction bi wo naga station ho so bi wo for Chrome station ho na Kenya se Garden City University place order na ye bi wedding bi onko no aduane ma wa se 0596922066 na wakai se Franco and atitene nyema so eno nti fie mpempran de eba ne se ne check freezers washing machine microwave blender generator gas and electrical stove ni nyina no ho ene ye kobra de phone Nokia Samsung iPhone so de aka ho a wose men ka so wate so 40% discount off ni nyina no 0245 316969 filo de ye benom filo timo no eno ane no nom onumu a anu so na de eno nti eye wheat vanilla apple strawberry ena ni nyina no obetumi anom ebra vitamin calcium protein ya sone ede agumu bomode fagu otum conflict garzo kinsim ena whisky ni de no eye differently 0599990097 na no so watimi anom ɛno nti yɛwɔ modem na afei abusua yɛmfa nsi ɛwɔ ha bra prɛmtobrɛ no yɛwura mu a ɛne sa na dwumadie foforɔ wɔ hɔ no ntimi ɛmɛtoa so YC of Wasim Barber Salon ɛmɛfɛre hɔ ama mema wo afei hyapa ɛna so fabrics and sewing okɔrewesa tade ɛhyɛ me ɔno a kɔfa ba fɛfɛfɛfɛfɛfɛ na wasai ɛwɔ ne designer wo designer wo a wode kɔ program bia na obia ɛne adwo ho hwɛw ɛno nti ma no a na nsɛm material na motonton no 26 and 36 deɛ no ɛhɔ ano mkotu no udu railways na say so fabrics a wotum say yes obedon cake ho ɛne no ɛkyere hɔ a ɛno no so obɛhu no abɔmɔden na kɔbra ntoa mensa na amemfa finisha pana ɛma ɛna ɛnei abusuafo a mohwɛ nyina no yɛdam ase sɛ mo nyina mohwɛ yɛmfa nsi na yɛmfa dwumadie wɔ hɔ no ɛmra mbɛtoa so ɛma mo yɛfiri ba na ɛdede aka no nso aba abɛtoa so yɛma mo nyina afofida papa good afternoon.